Hey, in this video, I'm going to cover the only role I haven't yet covered for Boss 4 in the Iron Horse raid, and that's the healer role. But I play it with a little bit of a twist, and that's that I handle the boss interruptions on stage 4 as well as the healing. I've covered all the other roles for this boss fight in other videos. You can find links to those videos in the description below. As always, I'm going to go over my build first, and then the fight. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. So I gotta confess, I was pretty lazy. This was the same build I used for my Iron Horse Boss 3 diagnostics, so it's the same exact build. The only difference is I removed my M1A and I put on a Ravenous. This only, running the way I run it, it only works for Ravenous because you are responsible for doing interrupting on the boss on stage 4. So the rest of it's the same, so I'm just gonna reuse the footage. Sorry about that. This is not the most optimized build as a healer. I was actually, I didn't want to heal the raid at the time when I ran this, so I actually only had this healing build, and then this is used, I used this one for a 2-man discovery raid of Iron Horse. So I was trying to put a little more rifle damage in there as opposed to just going strictly healing. So you do want a 4-piece initiative, future initiative, with a BTSU gloves, right? Typically, you'll actually run this with mask, chest, holster, and knees, and then you'll have a different backpack. For example, you can run Alp Summit for repair skill. You'll get a skill tier off of it, skill haste, skill repair, skill haste, and talents. Opportunistic is good to help your allies do more damage, but you can go something with like safeguard, would probably be a better healing choice. Now, the mask, I'm going obviously skill tier, skill repair, skill haste, chest. We're using this for tactical superiority because with a 4-piece, we get 15% additional damage when everyone's at full armor, and you get an additional 25% instead of 15% when you're at full armor. So skill repair, skill haste. We'll go to the holster, get skill haste with our skill tier. Now my backpack, as I said, this was more for me to do a little bit of damage and help out. So what we have is our skill tier, our skill repair, and I threw a headshot damage mod in there. I have enough skill haste and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter. And typically by the time Hive is gone, I'm actually destroying it with to use the BTSU gloves and getting it back quickly for overcharge. Like I said, a little more damage with my rifle for headshot damage. The gloves are a must. BTSU gloves, obviously you want these max. You get skill haste and repair on them for transference overclock. You get 50% more Hive skill haste per skill tier, so you're good there. But this is the part that's important. The detonating a Hive refreshes your skill cooldowns and grants overcharge for 15 seconds, right? So anyone that already used their revive Hive will get it back. Now, really only works every two minutes, so 120 seconds, but it's a really good thing to have. So when you detonate the Hive, destroy it, everyone gets their revive Hives back. So that works out really well. So once just say I have 32 charges, I detonate it at like 1 or 2 charges, and then since it overcharges, it'll actually refresh really quickly, and I'll be able to reapply it. Now for my 6-piece, I'm actually Fox Prayer's knees. I use a rifle, and I put to headshot damage because crit hit chance and crit damage aren't that important to this because I'm not critting much. I have really low stats, as we can see right here. I have crit chance of 15%, so I could up that to 6%, go to 21%, not really useful, but an extra 10% headshot damage would be good. For skills, we're obviously going with Restore Hive, and you can see how much, how many 32 charges, range, duration, health. Duration doesn't matter, it's more or less going to use the 32 charges before the duration runs out. And then we're obviously going with Reinforcer Chem Launcher, same thing, we got 9 ammo on it. Ammo cooldown 17 seconds, about 18 seconds per charge, so be careful using this. You can actually go through it pretty quickly. And we're actually going with Technician for 2 things. One, I get that extra skill tier, so that's why I can go with reds, and also the increased heal. There's actually 10% healing skills to it as well. And I have the classic M1A to help my DPS, which don't typically use, but then I have a P416 as well with fast hands. That's the build, guys. Basically, the important part are the future initiative with the BTSU gloves. All right, so for this fight, once again, this is really not that hard. It's more scary because you're the healer and you're responsible for keeping everyone alive. It's really not that bad, though. Either that or I ran with a really good crew anyway, which I do. So come out of the garage. First thing you want to do is actually throw your Hive down on the right-hand side. I go on the left side to actually heal from. I threw my hive there, right about on the platform. You could put wherever you want. Back a little further is better if there's a guy doing rockets on the back right-hand side. One of the best places for me, I thought, was healing was up on this trailer truck here. It gave you a good overall view. Just hiding in the corner here, give you a good overall view of the whole field. You can actually see people and hit almost everybody with your chem launcher. So for me, this was the best place to go. And just stay here and just keep your chem launcher visible. And keep an eye on your the hive on the far side. Make sure you have enough ticks in it and they're not using too many of it. Now I placed mine right here. But actually maybe back here might be a better place because I didn't take into account when I first threw it down for the back RPG guy. I was just worried about the front DPS guy. He has to deal with more ads than the back guy does. So I wanted to make sure that he was covered first. So he's really the only guy I can visibly not see that well. You focus on keeping everyone alive, so make sure you chem them up. And then the only other thing you gotta worry about is the artillery, the mortar rounds coming down. So just move, you can roll out of them. If you're in the far corner, it's easy enough to just roll out, go cover to cover to the boxes there on the truck, and you don't have to leave. So that's really it for the first 3 stages. Stage 1, 2, and 3 are going to be the same for us. We're not doing anything different. We're going to be basically hiding here and just healing up. So what I'd suggest is focus on the raid frames and make sure you know where everyone is, what everyone's role is, so you know where to find them. If you catch someone's health going down, their armor going down, you can quickly look over there, shoot them, and hit them with a chem launcher. If everyone's health is looking good, might as well pull out your rifle and help out a little bit, especially with these back RPG guys. And because we have those BTSU gloves, don't forget to break that hive and recharge everyone's revive highs if they had to use them. And also, you'll get quick 32 stacks right back anyway. Also, while you're sitting here and the gun's going off, make sure you drop a couple chems right there. It'll help you tank out a little bit. As I mentioned when you first walked in here, it's a super easy stage. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to drop our hive over here for our left DPS. Now, I waited too long to break it, so that's why I don't have a full 32 stacks yet. I wait till it's fully up before I throw it out there, just in case. He probably won't need it over there, but I want to make sure it's fully loaded for when he does, in case he does. Throw my hive out, head back over to my truck, and I'm just going to hang out there. I'm going to go ahead and skip to stage 4 because stage 1, 2, and 3, you're really doing the same job, so no reason to bore you with the same stuff over and over again. All right, so stage 4 is starting up. I want to go over something real quick here. You'll notice there's going to be a mortar right on top of us while we're hiding here behind the shield. There it is. I dropped the chem launch and just dropped another one real quick just to kind of get everyone through it. So if you see that happen, drop 1 or 2 quick chem launches and just to make sure, you know, drop one, hesitate, and then drop another one. Now, your role on this is changing a little bit. You are the healer, but we're also going to interrupt the boss because the tank is going to run keys. So this round gets a little more chaotic. You got to make sure you're healing people, and also you got to actually be on the boss. She's ready to fire things, so I'm going to shoot one shoulder, switch shoulders, do it a couple times, make sure it goes off, and interrupt her. That's the biggest thing. Help out with RPGs if you have to do as well. So it's still a good idea to kind of hang out here if you can see Moriova. If she runs too far away, like this is probably a little far for me to actually interrupt from here, but I can still hit her. But I'm better off probably being a little bit closer to her, just in case. Switch shoulders, explode, no problem. That's all it is. So that's all you do for the Ravenous is just shoot one shoulder, switch, shoot with the other, and it explodes. Now I ended up dying at one point, so my hive disappeared, so make sure you run back over. Once it's filled up, you reapply it. Now I'm in the middle. I can actually hit Moriova a little bit easier, and I don't go back up onto the truck. So you might want to follow her around a little bit. Remember, though, you don't have a shield, so cover to cover and hide a little bit here and there. Just interrupt her whenever. What's your job? Keep an eye on the raid frames, make sure people are healed, and just interrupt her. You'll be fine. So we typically run with 1 tank and 1 healer, and a lot of people do 2 tanks, 2 healers, or 2 tanks and a healer, you know, 1 tank to interrupt. But I'll tell you the truth, I think it's so much easier going with 6 DPS because you can keep all the ads on control and people are less likely to take damage. And that way your healer can do the interruption on stage 4. That's it, guys. See that? That's super easy. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash that subscribe button. And you can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Until next time, agents, happy healing.